How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Trump administration making changes to the public charge inadmissibility rule. This rule has been part of U.S. immigration law for over 100 years, so it's not anything new. What it seeks to do is to identify people who are going to be burdens upon society and who are going to rely upon the government for their every need. And it's a way to kind of be a filtration system for new immigrants coming into the country. It would not be the determining factor on whether you be able to come into the country or not, but it'll be part of how you are admitted into the country lawfully. Now, the rule change does not apply to those who are asylum seekers or refugees. It will apply to those who are here on the green card currently and need to renew, and those who are trying to get a green card for the first time. If you're on a green card, you are not a citizen. You are a lawful permanent resident, which means that if you do not adhere to the rule change, you may be deported. Now, the rule change goes as follows. If you have been on public assistance for 12 months out of 36, now I don't necessarily mean 12 months straight, but any collection of 12 months, like 1 month here, 2 months there, a total of 12 months in a 36-month period, that'll be a mark against you, okay? And the purpose of that, in my humble opinion, is to get the legal immigration numbers down to a manageable level. Right now, I think we got about 1 million new immigrants every year. 1 million, that's a lot of people. We're trying to get it down to about 500,000. And what better way than to tighten up some of these rules? I mean, it just makes sense. Like I said, the actual rule that we're talking about has always been in place for at least 100 years, and it's been for the same purpose. We're just trying to expand it right now in a common sense kind of way. I mean, if you've been here for an extended period of time and you've been on some kind of food stamps, welfare, EBT, WIC, TANF for 12 months out of 36 months, what's really going on? Now, if you read a little bit further into the explanation of the whole situation, if you have assets and a job and stuff like that, that'll be working in your favor. You may have fallen on hard times, but you still work and you still are contributing to society. Okay. If you don't have employment, if you don't have any kind of prospect for employment, if you kind of a bump on the log, not really doing much, and you're on government assistance on top of that, it's like, all right, why are you here? Okay. If you've ever seen public housing, you ever been involved with it, you ever been there yourself, ever lived there, you know there's a thing called waiting list. A lot of these project houses, you have to go on the waiting list to be able to get admitted, maybe even into a homeless shelter. You got to have a waiting list. Doesn't it make more sense to have U.S. citizens on that list rather than those who are here on a visa, on a green card, something like that? I mean, logic just says we don't need to be admitting more people who can't take care of themselves, while we got plenty who can't take care of themselves right now in the country. Let's focus on using our government dollars to help those that are here as citizens, not as lawful permanent residents, visa holders, tourists, or whatever they want to call them. Nothing against anybody that has that kind of status. It's just a matter of money and a matter of allocating resources to where it's supposed to go. If you're going to come into the country as a lawful permanent resident, visa holder, or whatever, you need to be able to show that you can take care of yourself. It's the same thing everywhere. Go to Nigeria and try to get a green card over there. They want to see your bank account, your employment history. They want to see all that, and you got to pay. It's not like you can just go wherever you want to go, even on a green card, which is not a citizenship thing. It's just a matter of being able to move around lawfully. Just to be able to get that in some of the poorest countries in the world, you got to have some cash. You got to have an ability to take care of yourself, because look at Nigeria. They got a lot of poor people in their country. You know, $2 a day, bad slums. The last thing they need are more people that can't take care of themselves, more people that are going to be over there just, you know, flapping in the wind. If Nigeria can have strict immigration laws, then why can't we? And like I said, that rule has been there for 100 years. All we're doing right now is expanding it. It's just simple as that. Now, some would say, oh, Trump hates immigrants. This is more of a way to get immigrants out of the country. Not at all. It's not about that. See, there's different types of immigrants and different immigrants that bring different things to the table. You can be a citizen, a naturalized citizen, and an immigrant. Go through the whole process, you know, take the class, raise your hand and do all that. You know, you could be a naturalized citizen. At that point, you can't be deported. You know, this whole thing does not apply to you at all. We're talking about those that are here kind of on the fringes, not illegally. You're here legally as lawful resident, but you're not quite a citizen yet. If you're going to be here and having that status, we want you to be able to contribute to the country. That's all. It ain't nothing else. It's not about racism or sexism or any kind of other oberism. It's about, we want you to be the best you can be, the best of the best. Just like what Trump said, Mexico's not bringing us their best. We want the best wherever you come from. And I think it's not much to ask to say that you got to be able to work and not be taken from the government for an extended period of time. It didn't even say that you can't have any kind of welfare, experience on your back. 12 months out of 36 months is the limit. So if you had a lapse in your job, or you might have had an accident, a house fire or something like that, okay, take a few months, get on your feet, but 12 months out of 36, and then on top of that, you can't show any kind of employment, any kind of prospect for employment. You're kind of like just a bump on the log. You got to go back to wherever, or just tighten up, get it together. It should be difficult to come into the country. This is the best country on earth. Everyone knows that. Everyone wants to come here. So we can't accept everybody. Like I said, we're taking in 1 million people a year. That might be a little bit too much. We can't do more than that, obviously. So we got to filter it down. I'm pretty sure they probably get more people that are trying to come to the country than that million that are not able to come for whatever the reason may be. They don't have the money. They can't pass certain tests, or whatever it is. Then you have the illegal aliens who are taking even more space. So as I close, I want to say this. We got to build that wall on the southern border to get a lot of that foot traffic out, but also limit the visas and people abuse and overstay and have anchor babies, this, that, and the third. And also the green cards. If you are not contributing to society, why are you here? If you're just, sitting down, doing nothing, using welfare for a long period of time, and that's how you live, we don't need that in the country. We need better people that are going to help. Okay. The left may be kind of upset about this, but I thought that all immigrants worked and they paid federal income taxes, that, and the third, illegal and legal. I thought that was the case. So if Trump expands the definition and talk about those who are pretty much indigent, living off of the system, it shouldn't affect them, right? Because they're all working and they're all just the best people on the planet Earth. I've met immigrants that are here that do a great job, and shout out to you guys. You guys are fantastic. But I also seen some who are doing nothing, just sitting down, collecting benefits, taking the space an American citizen can have. We have a lot of homeless people, people that have mental issues. We don't need to have precious resources being taken up by those who are just unwilling to work and don't want to do anything, who do not have this country as their birthplace. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think it's racist for Trump to change the rule in this way, to say that if you've been on welfare, any kind of government assistance program for 12 out of 36 months, then you might not be eligible to stay in the country? And I'm not sure if I said it before, but I'll say it one more time if I didn't. The rule change we're talking about is not the only factor that would determine a person being able to get a green card or not, but it's an important factor. I want the best of the best. If you're here as a green card holder and you're not doing much, you're not helping us go forward, you're not contributing to society properly, I think your spot should be taken by somebody that is contributing, somebody that is motivated, and somebody that does love our country enough to make an impact rather than detract. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.